So this is a very interesting concept. When mother is worshipped, love is exercised. When mother is ignored, war is declared. Female spirituality dominated will bring about great peace and hope for the world. But our westernized warmongering mentality of exploitation has come about in this world by following the thoughts of egocentrism, and there is another version of egocentrism, it's called Eurocentrism. It actually goes back to the Greek philosophers, Platon and Socrates. They were very mystical people. They were very much influenced by the thoughts of the Vedas. They believed in reincarnation. They believed in the law of karma. They believed in responsibility and kindness. They were very unique in their connection between the East and the West. But this didn't last too long. The sense gratification, the hedonism, the spirit of Aristoteles influenced the thinkers to only consider money and power as important and to shun away anything esoterical and spiritual. And even in our background of our Christian churches in the West, we see that the Aristotelian viewpoints were incorporated in the management style of what you call the institutionalized churches. This was one of the greatest calamity which happened to the West, because henceforward the West became a nation of exploiters and killers without any restraint. We went rape, rob and pillage in every town and village around the globe. We sent our slave people to make slaves. We sent our farmers to put colonies of cultivation. We simply eliminated entire races, like General Rock in Argentina gave the straight order that anybody in the whole plains of Argentina with Indian blood was supposed to be killed. This type of, that's what they're calling nowadays, ethnic cleansing. That was a mentality of those who feel that they have the right to impose themselves on others, and to the point of simply challenging your right to life. This is very unfortunately the contribution of Europe to the world. Eurocentrism, egocentrism has done such a great harm to the whole planet, and at the same time it has brought about our technology, our so-called industrial development, our mentality of so-called progress, which nowadays is found to be very, very suicidal if you look at cases like the BP oil spilling in the entire Bay of Mexico, where practically the wildlife, the underwater wildlife, is being extinct by that. And so many other calamities of similar proportions and similar impacts, just because technology gets out of hand. Look at Fukushima, look at Chernobyl, look at many things, and many times when it's done by the military, it's never informed to the public. It only happens to be known to the public when it's done by private enterprises. Otherwise, the military has been responsible for contaminating incredible amounts of areas around the world. Just now, the Alamo area is where all the US nuclear waste has been dropped, which is just now being challenged by huge wildfires out of control in New Mexico, and it's just going to possibly burn up the nuclear stuff and putting all that gook into the air. It's just like I can give you tons of examples, and you probably know it all. If you're well-informed young people, you look up what the informed news groups give, because most of the news groups, the controlled Murdoch press, they will never give you the clue of what's going on in this world. You actually have to go to totally different information bases. So, anyhow, my point here is that we have been against mother. Our problem is that mother has been for us somebody with no value. Of course, if I talk about your personal private mother, you don't agree. Then you will say, yeah, my mother is great. No, I love my mother. So, but what I'm talking about is the entire relationship of spirituality has been anti-feminine. I mean, look at the Western... Look at the Western culture. We only, even at Thomas and St. Thomas, he was still teaching that women do not even have a soul. What to speak of being equal or superior. Now, according to our spirituality, to our teachings, there is no question of equality. This idea of woman and man equality is such a silly proposal. There's no question of equality. The women are by far superior than the man. And that can be proven in many ways. And if anybody wants to argue me, I invite him for argument. Now you may say, but the man, there are so many intellectuals who have given so many lofty speculations to the world. Yeah, that may be so, but each one of them had a mother to begin with. So already we had to thank to the mother to give the birth to such a supposed to be intelligent child. But that's not the only thing. Women and women's spirituality is really what is the rather appreciation of spirituality. We understand by the message of the Veda. Veda is female. Veda also means mother. Veda means knowledge, means truth, means love, means care. Veda is a vision. It gives vision. That's from Veda you get video, vision, insight. Now, we're not talking about the video programs. I'm talking about the inner vision of man. What means that? It means the inner vision of man is soul. Without soul, there's no vision. You cannot see anything. That's why real vision in the Vedas or in India, it's called self-realization. It's called Atma-Gyan. It is not called just know how to make yantra vidya, know how to fix a car. Oh, he's a very great scholar, he knows how to fix a car. Another great scholar, he knows how to make a rocket. Okay, fine enough. Some people know that stuff, but that doesn't mean they have no wisdom whatsoever. Just look about how many nukes they are producing there. They have produced enough nuclear bombs to blow up this entire planet like some 400 times. The entire planet. What the heck are they doing? Are they out of their mind, taking the taxpayers' money just to making useless bombs which hopefully never will explode and giving so much trouble to the whole planet? You see, there is this male chauvinistic, demoniac mentality that we should control, we should impose ourselves, and we should make people scared of us. We should make sure people will be so scared when they see us, they will say, yes, I agree. That's what they do with their citizens all over the world. The whole US, the whole Europe, make people fearful, make them scared. And then, when they're real scared, then they'll do anything you say. So, we are in a position in this world where we have given up this real spirituality, which is the mother worship. Now you may say, well, who's this guy? Oh, mother worship. Who's that mother to worship? Well, it's very interesting. In the Vedas, it is said that the wife at home, she is the representative of the goddess of fortune. She is the Lakshmi at home. And if any home is there, the wife is mistreated, then you will find very difficult times coming up. The difficult times for that society. Wherever the women are mistreated, you will find that that the values are totally upside down. Everything goes wrong. There's no question of it. According to the Vedas, their mother, she is even the information giver. That's Veda is female. So Veda is giving the information who's father, who's Ishvara. Because Ishvara himself is very beloved of mother. So, because who can tell you who's your father? You have any idea who can tell you? How do you know who's your father?
Ask mother.
Yeah, it's a good idea, no? Because she's the only one who knows. Most likely it was not documented otherwise. So she knows who is the father. And Veda is the father, is giving the information, the connection to the father. But the father is always staying behind the mother in the Vedas. Always, like we never say Krishna Radha. Never hear that. You always hear Radha Krishna. Ladies first. Come on, be a gentleman. Ladies first. Lakshmi Narayan. Sita Ram. Always is given honor to that divine power of love. Because mothers, in that way, in that female power and proportion, they're not killers. They're lovers. That's why they're superior. Because they solve things with love. Man solves things with who knows what. We better don't ask what they solve things with, but not with love. Majority of men, they don't know what love even means. Of course, they may love their children a little bit, and so not too much. They already get jealous when their wife starts hugging the child, and they think, where am I in this? No? Syndrome of husbands getting jealous with their own children and things like that. Psychology, you know. So, men are very good in lusting. Lusting, anger, envy, putting out bombs, rocket attacks, bombing entire countries without even an attempt of negotiation. Just like Libya, you know. Libya is just simply, they decide, well, let's bomb the guy out of there, you know. And of course, the guy who they're supposed to bomb, he never gets the bomb. But everybody else gets the bombs, who they know they never even know. What kind of a mentality? What kind of a mentality to change a situation? Now the world is like that, you know. You find that mentality. There's always a negotiated form to solve problems. The negotiated form is rather the love form, the female. Mother takes care of it. So our world, which we are coming in from, is a world of worship of Mother, and Mother Earth is number one. So our Mother Earth, she has to be taken care of in many ways. And you know, I must tell you one thing. You may agree or not agree. I think there's nothing more terrible to Mother Earth than when one son spills the blood of another on her soil. When the blood is spilled of the other, this is the extreme offense to Mother. I mean, spilling oil on it is another offense, right? Putting chemicals on her soil for so-called increased production, destroying biodiversity, and so many things are great offenses. And those offenses man is making in the name of the Green Revolution, you know. They're always saying about that. Oh, without our modern advancement, humanity would be starving. What a bogus. What an absolute bogus. In South America, they have one fruit. It's an Inca fruit. It's called chacha fruit. It is a bean, like a soybean, but it's that big. And it grows on trees. And the trees are 14 meters high and give as many beans as you can imagine. There's a saying in South America, wherever chacha fruto is grown, there'll never be starvation. And they don't grow it many places because, they grow soy. They cut all the forests. And they're having like 40 tractors in a row going down there, the alleys, and just bringing in the transgenic soy. For what? For our animal factories in Europe. So that we can feed those animals and make them fat and have our supermarket full of skeletons, full of dead bodies. It's unbelievable how many dead bodies there are everywhere. And there is something which develops, it's called cadaverin. As soon as an animal dies, this poisonous substances develop there. So those who eating dead bodies, they're eating something which is rotting inside of you poisonously. So it's not a good proposal. It's not good food. Already the medical scientists have admitted that there's nothing worse for human beings to eat than meat. Just recently, there is a study came out that Alzheimer's disease is coming from uric acid for too much meat intake. And the huge hospital in Berlin, just the charity, just started an Alzheimer research institute, specially based on this outcome. In other words, it's not only Alzheimer. There's a list of diseases which come from meat, and all these diseases can virtually be avoided by a vegetarian or a vegan diet. And if you balance your food nice, if you know how to take nice care of it, if you eat living food, raw foods, you will have such a good health, such a good self-defenses. There's no need, absolutely, to offend mother and putting the blood of our brothers on her. This is very, very... And now, karmic reaction, that's coming from the Vedas. You kill your mother, you kill your children, you kill the earth when you offend. So first you offend the animals, then you offend mother herself, and you kill your own children. And this killing of your own children, this has become nowadays something, a faux pas. You don't speak about that. Everybody has a right to kill his own child. What it will do to them psychologically, that is not being discussed. I had a student in Berlin. She was living in Eastern Germany as a nurse. And in Eastern Germany, abortion was officially allowed and practiced. And she was a nurse in the abortion clinic. She lived there, she worked there for more than 10 years. She said, in those days in Eastern Germany, abortions were done under full narcosis, full anesthesia. She said, every single woman, after they woke up from the anesthesia, they were asking for their child. Even though it had been extracted violently from her womb, they were all asking for the child, and they were crying and crying and crying. Because if you lose a child which was given into your body by whatever arrangement you made, that is something, it changes a mentality. It just happens to you have been a mother ever since you had a little fructified egg inside your belly. You're already the mother. Already the milk production is starting to get into movement in your breasts. Everything. I mean, mother is mother. She's something else, because that's the proof. Her breast milk. That is the proof of her greatest gift to the world, because it's the best food. That's why children who are breastfed, they're doing the best. If they get 1, 2 years, even 3 years of breastfed, they're the strongest children. Any doctor will confirm to you. So who's producing that miracle food? Well, Mother herself. So if we ignore all these informations, all these wonders of nature, of our greater mother, because there's the small mother, the greater mother, the general mother, the mother of love, and the mother of the love which is even enchanting to God. This is another subject. I don't know how far you can digest that, but we can talk about that as well if you like. The mother which is enchanting to God, she is the loving principle of all, because we are all sons and daughters of the love of God. You see, she is our divine mother. Sometimes you call her Bhumi, sometimes you call her Durga, sometimes you call her Saraswati, sometimes you call her Parvati, sometimes you call her Himavati. These are all different names of the different powers of mother. She has so many of those powerful appearances, even some of them quite scary, like Kali. If you ever seen Kali, she is very fierce, and she's fierce with those who do harm to the animals and harm to the humans. She's fierce. So you have to understand one thing in this world. Love is not a sentimental concoction. Love is a science. And that science is a science which is appreciated in this region. It's not for this region. If you think, let me think about love, let me try to figure it out. Let me find a formula. Let me find the gene for love. Like the scientists now, they are so eager to find the gene for love. They found another gene called, or something like that, called Viagra. They missed out. It didn't get to the heart. They just went to the genital. Let's see, how do we get it erected? And things like that. But, the science of love is the science of the heart. And mother, she's all heart. That's why she's so good. That's why it's all right with her. It's when man goes too brainy and too calculative, when everything becomes crooked and everything, sanity is lost. And this is the orientation of our Western world, that we think we can know everything. You see, in spiritual life, there's a few plus and a few minors. Do you understand that? That's why meditation is all about developing feelings. If you don't develop feelings, if you don't have any bhakti, that's why we have the bhakti rasa, or the feelings, how you develop your devotion, how you develop your transcendental emotions. And how do you bring that about? By prayer, by kirtan. By kirtan, you know what you do? If you sing enough kirtan, something will happen to you. You'll end up dancing uncontrollably. It may get out of your hands. You may just start jumping, dancing. Don't care who watches you or who doesn't watch you, because you're not making a show when you dance, but you're expressing the joy of your heart. The joy of the heart, the philosophy of the heart, the teachings of the heart. That is what our real life is all about. And that is where we can grow. That is where we can enter into the realm of union, spiritual union, where we can find our real position within this world. Now, here's another point which you please take notice of, because you may not think, this guy is against man. He just likes women. No, it's not like that. I like souls. And men are souls and women are souls. We are all souls. We are not this body. A male body, female body, these are temporary situations which have a great importance in the temporary feature, but they are not the final definition on who are you or like that. None of us is eternally male. And our spiritual identity is of female nature, but not of female nature of your physical woman body. It is a different. It is a Siddha Swarupa. It is a spiritual feminine body, which is very incredible, but it's very difficult to understand. You can only approach this topic with some incredible special gift from inside. This is not something to rationalize. And many things are not to rationalize. You cannot even rationalize the fact that you're soul. I mean, it's so obvious that we are soul, and it's so obvious that some people cannot understand it, that we are soul, because they're living so engrossed. Now, what is the enemy of soul knowledge, or Atma Gyan? Again, the poor man have to hold out for it. It's called male vanity. Male vanity is the big ego. Male vanity is the idea. I am the controller, I am the enjoyer, and I am the proprietor of things. That I will be the one who decides the future of anything. Male vanity is an incredible disease. Male vanity is what imposes one person on another in a harsh way. Male vanity is the feeling that I can save myself, I can understand everything. Male vanity is the cause of wars. Male vanity is the cause of insensitivity and violence in general. Male vanity is the idea that there's nobody above me, so my word and my decision is the final in life. So this is a very, very strong and very dangerous disease. And careful, my dear gentle ladies, male vanity is also a disease which women can have. You should not think male vanity, oh, I'm rid of the problem, I have a female body. No. Male vanity is quite prominent in modern women because they want to compete with man, they want to defend themselves, and they want to be just like man, powerful, knowledgeable, rich, the center of everything. In other words, the desire of being someone in this world at the cost of others, that is caused by male vanity. So what is being seen as a medicine for that? Very simple, is when you want to make others happy in this world, when you understand that you are a contributing agent, you are here to help others, you are here to enlighten yourself and others. The opposite of male vanity in that sense is female care. Love, tenderness, care, that is the antidote. This is actually the medicine we need. So that's why man, despite of his vanity, is always attracted to female. He's craving for that. He's craving for that shelter. He's craving for this kindness. But because he approaches the subject with male vanity, he wants to enjoy the female. And he wants to be overlording it. Overlording it, that means to impose myself. You see, spiritual marriage, for example, means complementary. When male and female complement each other, for the benefit of society and the benefit of the family, then you get a good result. Male and female, they work out perfectly when they complement each other. When they understand we are not here against each other, we are here to be with each other. We are here to help each other. We are here to to provide to our children that unique feature of a loving home, which is very scarce to find nowadays. Usually homes are some half war fields, no? Psychological warfare and sometimes even physical warfare, and finally it all ends up at the judge, the divorce judge, and then they want to tear apart the kids and tear apart the few properties, and government is enjoying it. Government is encouraging it. In England a year ago, in some daily newspaper, it says marriage is over in England. Because in that year they could see that more children were born out of wedlock than within marriage. So they said, now we got the figures, marriage is over and out. And the consumer society is happy. Wow, we sell more refrigerators, we sell more stoves, more beds, more rents. The guys have to work harder, we get more money from it. So all you guys get divorced, the society is giving you an applause. Strange, no? Family is not being given, because family means women. Family means the power of the women to keep unity. And that means it has to be recognized that the female power is the respect for divinity. You see, if you want to understand the power of women without understanding the divine feminine influence, then you will definitely get to some speculative conclusion. You see, what makes a woman divine is her spiritual origin. What makes a man divine in potential is also his spiritual origin. In that sense, there's no difference. But in his position, he has to be a contributing agent and not an imposing agent. He has to be a protector. He has to be somebody who will give his attention to the divine in his wife and in his children. If the parents do not see their children as divine gifts, then what are they? Can you buy them in a supermarket? Or where do you get kids? They are only being given by God. And each and every child is your test. The child has come to teach you to be a teacher, to be a guide, to be a father. You know what the father means in India? Father means guru. There is no difference between father and guru. That's why it says guru nasasyat, pita nasasyat. Don't become a father. Don't become a teacher. Don't become a governor if you're not capable of saving others from the repeated birth and death. You're not able to save the others, then do not take up such a position. So father is very unique. He's the guru of the home. And the mother, she's also the guru. It is a great position. You see, in the Vedas, the male and female, they're given such a great enhancement, such a great glorification. It is being said to them, it is being given to them, hey, now you are in charge for the success of society. Just like a governor. It says that a king or a governor, he should see each and every citizen as if they are his own children. If they don't see that, you can be sure that all they're going to do is give trouble to the citizens. That's what's going on today. what our governors are doing around the world. They just steal and steal and steal until they get kicked out, and then the next batch comes in, and they again steal and steal and steal until the next batch comes in. And in this way, the whole world is in misery, and nobody wants it anymore. People don't like it. There's so much hypocrisy and so much exploitation is going on. But this is the fact, because it is managed by male vanity, this whole world. Eurocentrism is a disease, a deadly disease. And as long as you have that deadly disease, do you know what's going to happen to you? You may not be happy to hear so, but you will be born as an animal in your next life. You will not make it back into a human body. This deadly disease of killing animals, of imposing, giving trouble to Mother Earth, is a definitely, if you're lucky, you get an animal birth. Because before an animal birth, there's a great chance of simply going into a ghostly state. The ghostly state is also there. That when the jiva, when the soul, loses its physical body, and there's no merits for gaining another physical body, you are sustaining your existence within the astral world. That means, technically speaking, you become a ghost. A ghost means he has all the desire to enjoy matter, but he has no chance because there's no body. So that's why the ghosts are always very troubled. And sometimes they trouble people as well. But this is another subject. I didn't want to really touch upon it today, because it carries our mind somewhere else. But the fact of the matter is that this human form of life is very rare to obtain. Atato Brahma Jigyasa. If you apply mathematics to it, just 8 billion sperms were running after that egg. Approximately. 8 billion sperms are ejaculated in a man's ejaculation. And they're all going after one little egg. And only 1 or 2 make it. All the rest, opportunity lost. So you won that race. That's how you got that body. That's how you entered your mother's womb. And now you were born, and you're such a handsome, nice guy or girl. You're so nice. And now you're wasting your human form of life in front of a television, watching violence and sex and buying silly things and giving trouble to the world. Is that the justification of having come here? Don't you think there's some other business to be done here? Well, of course, excuse me, I'm talking in general about our modern society. No, of course, you're mostly likely already vegans or vegetarians and far-out people and fighting for our Mother Nature. So please don't get me wrong. I'm just saying in general how our modern world has been sidetracked. You see, I see it because I'm living most of my time in South America, developing eco-villages. And in that new field, you can say so, of course not really so new, because many of our Indian friends, the Aymara, Sikokis, the Arhuacos, and so many Guaranis, they all cultivate the land organically still. Those who have not been raped and imposed upon by our chemical companies, which are trying every little bit of political power to sneak into the last corner of South America to impose their chemical and pesticides and all that nonsense on people, which is not at all helpful, not for health and not for the world. So this is the situation, you know. If you go around and you see how people are made ignorant, many people, they don't even care where their food comes from. Many people don't even ask what's inside that food. Why is this strawberry? Why is this strawberry as big as an apple now? what happened to it? When I was a kid, there were no strawberries around that way. What happened with it? Do they pump it up with air? No. They do some genetical engineering on the seeds. And they don't know. You don't know what. The tomatoes are bombarded by fish genes. So you get kind of fishy tomatoes these days. And of course you'll be surprised because they don't rot anymore like they used to do before. So what's happening? What are we eating? What are we doing in this world? My dear friend, we don't even ask those questions in the greater majority. We don't care what happens. As long as our TV program entertains us, as long as the rock group comes and starts screaming, let's spend the night together and kill a duck and kill a snake and do this, and we go, yeah. I'm going to my next rock festival who's playing the heavy metal group Kill Your Mother. Oh, really? Wow. That must be a good group. So all kinds of mad things are going on and nobody catches it. We are wasting our human form of life. We are simply spoiling the great opportunity of learning how to love each other and to be together in a very wonderful way, growing our food, celebrating Mother Nature's great generosity, taking care of our children. You know, people don't play with their children anymore. The children are put in front of a TV. Here, you watch this and leave us alone. So we can go out and partying and going to techno party and taking ecstasy and doing all kinds of things, and then we come home half crumbled and they say, oh, we got a child. Oh, yeah. So the world is in a very unfortunate position because of this male vanity, this westernized cruelty, incorporated cruelty. Now, I'm coming from a religious background. I'm a Swami. I took initiation some 40 years ago, and I took initiation in the Indian way of spiritual life because I was so happy that the Indian tradition, they never killed anybody to become a Vaishnava or a Hindu. There's no history, no records of that. But really that wasn't the main reason. That was just one of the reasons. My main reason was because I learned from my guru that you are responsible for what you're doing. Nobody else wanted to tell me that. Only the judges. The judge, he will tell you that you're responsible for what you do when he throws you to jail, no? Says, oh, you stole this, then they would say. But otherwise, if it's not through the judge, people cannot accept that they're responsible for what they're doing. And because of that, in very general way, they are acting so irresponsible. They're so irresponsible, unbelievably irresponsible. I asked my mother, because in my childhood I was very sickly. I was in hospital, had this operation and that operation. And I used to ask my mother, Mother, why me? Why this is happening to me? My friends, they're not in hospital as often as I. And my mother used to shrug her arms and says, I don't know. I don't know what happened to you. I have no clue. When I asked my spiritual master the same question, he asked, well, you must have been a real rascal in the past. I said, wow, that sounds like wisdom. I've been a rascal. I'm sure I was a rascal because I got hit quite badly in my childhood. So there must have been something. Now, this is a kind of a faux pas as well. Nowadays, you're not supposed to say that. There was one British sportsman, some top sportsman, and he was asked what he thinks about some handicapped person. And the sportsman said, well, he must have done something in his past that he was born handicapped this lifetime. They threw him out from the sports club. They stripped him of his titles. They said, just for saying that, you don't deserve the honor of being celebrated sportsman. And there's other stories even worse. You are not allowed to say in this modern world that people suffer for what they did in past lives. That this will bring an influence. People have no clue whatsoever about why there's so much difference, why somebody's rich and beautiful, another one is sickly, and this and that. There's no idea whatsoever. But if you make the proposal, which according to the laws of karma are the most natural teachings, that in this world you have to learn to be responsible for what you do, that is considered a criminal worldview. This is how our Western world has been manipulated into ignorance. The exact opposite is the fact that everybody is responsible for everything, and in the universal justice there is not even the thought ignored. Your words bring karma, your actions bring karma, and even your thoughts bring karma. This is how refined the karmic system is. If you are thinking badly of somebody, that will create a negative consciousness in you. Immediately there's reactions. There's karma seeds, the karma bijas, which fructify immediately. And there's karma bijas which stay for the next lifetime. And some karmas, they may come from several lifetimes back. And they are manifesting to you through your contents of your subconsciousness. That is called in Sanskrit vashanas. The desires which creep up in your heart, they are influenced by the vashanas. So even though you want to control something, if you have some vashanas, they'll challenge you. Desires will come very strong inside of you and give you trouble. But the fact of the matter is that there is a cause and there's a fact and there's a solution as well. So kirtan, bhajan, prayer, mantra, this is the medicine for taking out the vashanas, clarifying, purifying the mind, and establishing a new consciousness. So therefore we are chanting to Mother. Radhe, Radhe, Govinda, Govinda, Radhe, 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 Govinda, Govinda, Radhe. Todos. Radhe, Radhe, Govinda, Govinda, Radhe, 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 Govinda, Govinda, Radhe. This is a mantra. Love supreme Shri Radhe. Give me love for Govinda. Oh my dear Govinda, give me love for Radha. It is love and love and love and love. It is a divine dance. It is a meditation to come into the world of love and to give up all that which separates you from that, like intoxication, killing, gambling, and all this violence propagation, you know. We don't need that. We don't delight in that. We don't grow with this. We just dwindle and become smaller in our appreciation. Our spiritual merits crumble every time you watch a Rambo movie. After you do that, you have to base minimum for 2 weeks in the Ganges to get kind of back to sanity. just for watching one of those horrible movies which they are filling into the children's brain. Violence, 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 sex, sex, sex. If you don't get sex, you're nobody. This way, everybody's so sick in the mind, and so unhappy, and so depressed, and so confused. Our world has been suicidal. We are driving our children to madness by telling them in school, life has no meaning. There is nothing to judge nobody. There's nobody above you. You do anything you want. Soul doesn't exist. As soon as you die, everything is finished. Of course, now we get a few quantum physicists challenging the materialistic worldview, like Mr. Goswami, who says, quantum activists, we can understand now that consciousness is first and not matter, my dear. You have worshipped matter and have said matter was first and consciousness is an aberration of matter at a certain point, and you'll get over with it. Just wait till you die and finish. Such a silly proposal. And based on nothing of science, simply of the preconceived notion that money is the most important, and that's why we have to get people ignorant, ignorant, and ignorant to become ignorant consumers. And if they're addicted, the best. Hopefully you're all hanging out on the beer bottle and the government loves you. Every day after work you go and get drunk. Then in the end you die of some alcohol disease, who cares? So in this way, our world is not managed by our friends. You have to understand, neither the medical, neither the justice department, nor the government, they are the well-wishers or the friends of the citizens. You have to understand that. Look at the United States. 90% of the U.S. income is spent directly for the military. 90% goes directly to the Pentagon. And the rest of the world and the rest of the country can see how they get by with 10%. Just to make more submarines and nukes and everything and fill the coffers of the military. And then they're shameful enough to call it a democracy. A democracy where nobody ever decided that, except the dictatorship. So this is what I try to say to you, my dear friends, that if you want to get into harmony with your mother, you have to be an activist of mother. And the activist step number 1 is a vegetarian. Let's see, who of you are already vegetarians or vegans? Can you please lift your hands for making me happy? Oh, that's so nice. Now I wasted all my time. I thought I was going to talk to somebody who's not a vegetarian yet. And I can convince them to become a vegetarian. But only vegetarians came to the class. Anyhow, maybe you can get a few good ideas what to tell others to convince them, because it's really an issue of heart-to-heart convincing people, you know. Because when you already know that mother has to be respected and there's many other things, you know, then you will be safe. Mother wants you to be safe always, isn't it? So mother is telling you, hey, my dear son or my dear daughter, when you go out there into the world, be careful, no? Be careful. It's a dangerous place. What? The children say, I know how to take care of myself. Everything's okay. No, mother says, it's dangerous. You believe me. And you don't smoke that stuff which they offer to you, and you don't take those silly pills. You don't do that. They don't do good to you. They just drive you bananas. And also don't have sex until you want to have a child with somebody, because that sex is going to ruin your life possibly. So what? Sex is modern. Sex is joy. Why you want to restrict me? I'm not against sex. God says He Himself is sex, so why I'm going to argue against it? But but He's that sex which makes people happy. God is not that sex which makes people unhappy, which leaves women without protection and without anybody who helps them. No, that's not the sex God likes. So this is the spirit of responsibility. Mother is caring. Mother wants us to be happy. So mother wants us to become spiritual teachers. Women should save the world from male vanity. They should save the people by giving so much love. And they do that anyway. They do so much, but nowadays women are just utilized as an object of sense gratification. Can you believe it? You know how they utilize the female body just to incent for creating some desires for sense gratification. Now, you know, for every beer bottle sold, you have a half-naked woman body there. And for every cigarette, and for every car, and for everything, it's always... I mean, nobody says that women are not beautiful, but this is not the way to deal with the female body. The female body is, in that sense, it resembles the beauty and sweetness and love of... like you can say that, no? I mean, you can hardly ever say that you have seen a beautiful man. But women are in general very attractive, very gentle, very beautiful. No? So why is that? So that there is a special position given to them in beauty, sweetness, and love. This is a part. The potential is there for solving problems. Women, they can harmonize. Women, they can give us spiritual insights when they are dedicated to God. So, for example, in our communities, we have a monastic order called the Vishnu Priya Ashram, and there the women are actually taking the position of teachers of the world. And they have a dignity, a special dignity. That dignity is connected to their understanding that we are all servants of the Absolute, and we have all the right and duty to help others. Women nowadays, they are put down. Either you're a good sexy object, maybe you make it in university, maybe you get a good title, but unless you're married and unless you have money, you're nobody. Of course, men also get a part of that, but not in the Vedic teachings. In the Vedic teachings, women are given the protection element. She's giving the duty to save her family, to save her children. Where are the children today without the woman taking care of them? So therefore, of course, as I say, male and female, they have to complement each other. So it's not that man is excluded from all that. He just has to harmonize, has to participate. But when man goes against female power, against women, and he wants to assume that position, he can't. He doesn't have the psychological ability. Man is stuck in his male vanity, in his situation, unless he starts serving Sri Radha. Those who serve Sri Radha, they are getting blessed by becoming servants of the divine energy. Therefore, we all aspire to be servants of Sri Radha. This is our spiritual ambition. That's why we chant Radhe Radhe. That's why we are praying Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh my Lord, please let me be an instrument of your love. Oh my Lord, please let me be an instrument of your love. I want to have your love. I want to serve your love. I want to be utilized by your love. I want Mother to take over. I want Mother to be happy with me. If Mother is happy, automatically automatically Father will be happy as well. That is the secret of approaching the reality. You see, when we go around the world in our campaign of taking care of Mother Earth, we are actually approaching people to please some or other help to develop eco-villages. Some or other be part of it. You can visit us and participate there. You can make one in your backyard. If you have a little land, make an eco-village. Eco-village for us doesn't mean necessarily a huge village with many people living. Any group of 5, 10, 20, 30 can make an eco-village, and that's usually even nicer when it's a little smaller. But the thing is, an eco-village is we have the eco-yoga villages, where we are also uniting for the spirit, uniting for harmony, uniting for love and care. And so if you're more interested in that, you're most welcome. Some of you who I see sitting here have already been to our eco-villages. Somewhere you were in Ecuador. Yesterday was a boy from Argentina. You have been also there in Peru. Chacraymar. So there are places where we are practicing yoga, and we are trying to take care of Mother Earth, and we try to teach in the schools what is necessary for harmonizing with Mother Nature. And we are trying to work very closely together with the Indian communities. Like in the Andes, we just opened a hospital in Sorata, in Bolivia. That is a place where the Aymaras live. And the Aymaras, they used to be totally vegetarians. And now they made a hospital there, a vegetarian hospital of the ancient healing science of the Aymaras. So, and they are comparing this with the Ayurveda principle, and of course Veda means truth. So any naturopath treatment, whether it's from the old Swedish grandmother style or from India or from South America, it's all the same, you know. It just means caring, respectful, fasting, water, air, and some natural herbs, and before you know it, you're well again. So the Aymaras, they made this hospital there in connection, and teaching again to the Aymaras that the reason they are sick nowadays is because they gave up vegetarianism, but under the influence of the Spaniards coming in. I mean, there was no slaughtering of llamas in the time of the Aymaras. Nowadays, some Western guy, they just come in and made a llama. Llama means llama, llama, this high Indian animal. They made slaughterhouses for them. So this is like, things are to be taken care of in this planet, and of course there's many things to be taken care of in Göteborg as well, because Göteborg is another place. It's supposed to be the city of God, and everywhere the dead bodies are hanging, in the restaurants, in the meat shops. No, that's not in the city of God. In the city of God, you will have love and dance and a beautiful vegetarian atmosphere and respect for each other and like that. In Vrindavan, you can still see that. Vrindavan is a city of God. In India, there's still everything is vegetarian. No, you cannot find anything. So in this way, many things to be accomplished. Our work is just starting. And also I invite you simultaneously for activism in the Sket Revolution, which is it's an attempt of convincing people in this world to really become vegetarians, utilizing a lot of the power of humor and love. There's lots of vegetarian organizations, wonderful ones like PETA and others. And we like them and we work with them also. But we thought that in the world of vegetarianism is a great lack of humor, and compassion is required for all the people. So in the Spoon Revolution we are really looking forward for people who want to get more involved of making ministries. Ministries of the Spoon Revolution means places where people are activists. In other words, any one of you can become a minister even today. What does it mean? Well, all you have to do, print out some of those messages of the Spoon Revolution, give cooking courses, or give lectures about vegetarianism, or just spread out the word to some people. That we have like 50 movies, 50 documentary movies proving why meat is horrible and why should nobody eat it. And so you can copy all those documentaries and start lending them to people. Anything you do like that, you're already a minister of the Spoon Revolution. And you can have a ministry if you have a house, a flat or something, an apartment. You can invite your friends and say, we're having a meeting of the Spoon Revolution today, and you can come, and we're going to have some little vegetarian food, and then we're going to talk about how to spread vegetarianism. A city like Göteborg should have at least 5,000 ministries, so that will have an impact. Vasudeva, he can explain these things better because he's managing our website. So we have a lot of activism wishing to involve many people, because unless you do something, you can't really speak very loudly about things. You have to be involved. You have to care. That is about caring. If you just don't care, if you say, well, what can I do? At least I'm vegetarian. And then I say, congratulations. Then you're an ambassador. Those who are vegetarians, they're ambassadors in the Spoon Revolution. And those who are activists, they're ministers. So we really want to see that. We really want to push our way towards the hearts of everybody, because we are not pushing against people. We are pushing into their heart. We want to catch their heart and make them understand we need you to be part of this loving attempt to straighten out our relationship with Mother. Just like there were people, they were so eager to make money at the cost of others, slave drivers and everything. So in the same way, there should be people eager to do something good and to change the things in the world. As a matter of fact, this type of idealism and this type of activism will heal you. It will heal you from the mistakes you've done in the past. It will heal you and give you some positive, happy engagement. So all this is possible. So practically speaking, today our gathering here is an invitation for activism of love. Because that's what Mother is all about. Activism of love. That's why you love your mother, because she's an activist of love. Because every time you see her, she's doing something lovingly for you. So if you want to know what a mother is, or what an activist of love is, well, just look at your mother. Or just look at Mother Earth. If that's not enough, then sorry, then my words won't be enough either. Because all you can do is making people aware of certain circumstances. So here in Göteborg, we are really having this dream of making it the city of God by getting people to become vegetarians and by letting everybody know. And little Nimai Huset is a little beginning, Satwa is another one, and there's many little festivals and activism and so and so and so and so. And you are most deep-heartedly invited to participate, because I consider it a great fortune that I can meet with you today, and I pray to my Lord that the divine love of Radha will touch your heart, because that love will do wonders, miracles. It will do miracle transformations. It just depends on you. You just have to call upon her. Radhi, Radhi, Radhi. If you call upon her name, Hari, Hari. Hari is another name of Radha. Radhi, Hari, Krishna. If you call upon her love, you will be filled with love. You will not know what to do with so much love. And then you can become a real powerful activist of love. Because that's what it's all about. It translates into power, energy, vibration. And as you give it a space in your life, as you allow it to come inside, as you allow it to go out to others, you will see. That makes a big difference. So now I chant a little bit with you. I invite you again. And in the end, afterwards, you please be so kind and ask your questions. please, if I challenged you, if I said anything which hurts anybody, you please ask me. We are definitely not meant to hurt anybody. We just want to awaken people. Awaken, because we're all brothers and sisters. Doesn't matter, you know. Nothing's going to change that, even if we don't understand each other, even if we don't agree with each other. We still are all brothers and sisters, no? But the better we understand these things, the more spiritual power we will get, the more spiritual understanding we will get. So we will sing a little bit more. Love to you.
Might have fallen and made you live, see, barefoot I've seen this room and I walked this floor. You know I used to live alone before I knew ya. And I've seen your flag on a marble arch, and love is not a victory march. It's so cold and it's so broken. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. All I ever learned from love was how to shoot somebody or how to true love. And it's not a cry that you hear at night. It's not somebody who has seen the light. It's so cold and it's so broken. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Wonderful.